Okay, I'm actually going to start. All right, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all have been enjoying the previous sessions. We're going to dive right into introducing Layout Builder Kit. This is a new module that we're releasing. This is my company, Performant Labs, is releasing, and you're going to get hopefully an interesting demonstration of it today. All right, so first of all, let me tell you who I am. My name is Andre Angel Antoni. I'm the founder of Performant Labs, and I've been working with Drupal since 5.0. And Performant Labs is a Drupal-specific consultancy in San Francisco. And some of our clients include France Telecom, CBS, Interactive, DocuSign, Goldman, Prize, Robert Half, and Tesla. And we're sponsoring not just Layout Builder Kit, but also Campaign Kit and Payment Stripe, which works with Campaign Kit. And we're also the founder of the Drupal Quality Initiative. We have those projects all on Drupal.org. Okay, so what are we going to cover today? First, I'm going to give you an instant introduction to Layout Builder. Then I'm going to explain why Layout Builder Kit. I'm going to describe the base component. I'm going to talk about how configuration is stored. I'm going to go through the components so far. So that's book navigation, icon text, image, render, rich text, tab, and video. Then I'll talk about the emerging Layout Builder ecosystem, some resources. There's actually another slide I added in there that it didn't make it to this title slide, with some interesting notes, and then some Q&A. If you have a question, just raise your hand and I will try to keep track of them, but I realize here that I may not be able to see all of them unless I expand this window, so let me do that. Okay, so let's keep on going. All right, so the instant introduction to Layout Builder. If you haven't had a chance to play with Layout Builder or watch the video, what is it? Well, Layout Builder is a souped up panelizer, if you've had the opportunity to work with that in Drupal 7. If you haven't had a chance to use Panelizer, you could say Layout Builder is a way to control the presentation of several parts of Drupal, including pages, taxonomy terms, and menus. Collectively, these are called content items. So the first thing to get is that Layout Builder is not just for pages. You can actually use Layout Builder for taxonomy terms and menus, and there may be other future opportunities to use Layout Builder. Now you can create rigid layouts that content editors can't change, or layouts completely editable by content editors, or somewhere in between. That's the value of Layout Builder. So first, a note on nomenclature. When discussing Layout Builder, a component is the same thing as a block. So if you hear the word component, you can think block. A page is the same thing as a node. So why Layout Builder Kit then? Well, that's in part, to answer that question, in part you need to actually answer the question, why Layout Builder in the first place? There are, in fact, other sets of components out there. So why does Layout Builder exist, and by extension, Layout Builder Kit? So the first reason is Layout Builder is made in Drupal, thus integrates better with the rest of Drupal. For Layout Builder Kit, that means that you can override twig templates that we ship. You wouldn't be able to do that with other component systems. And at the end of the presentation, I'll mention some other component systems, which you may want to look into. They might be useful or more further advanced for your purposes. The second reason is Layout Builder is built into Drupal. It's in core, so it's ready out of the box. There's nothing else to download and install. Just turn it on. It's open source rather than fee-based or restricted to the clients of larger companies. So some of the other systems out there you have to purchase, either subscription or otherwise. And it lets you participate in creating components. So if you have an interesting component, you say, wow, this would actually be really great to put into Layout Builder Kit. I will show you how easy it is to add it toward the end. So let's talk about the base component. All components descend from LBK base component, and that's a parent component to put logic common to all components. So if someone comes up with an idea that says, hey, all components should be able to do X, the place where we would put that is in the base component. If it doesn't make sense for all components to have that, then you just put the logic in the specific component. So for instance, right now it adds the title, the checkbox that switches the title on or off, and the classes text field that are added to every configuration form. And I'll be able to show you that. It also has a way to suggest the machine name. And for developers, it also holds a method to obtain the current node if the component is being used on a node. I'm not going to get into too much now, but soon on that. Just remember though, that if you are making a component, you can ask LBK base component, what node am I on? So how is the configuration of all these components stored? This is actually a much more involved conversation, but I'm going to give you just the super overview. Component configuration can be stored in one of several locations. Location number one, you can store it on the layout builder template for the content type. Changes to this layout apply to all your pages. Location number two is on the page itself. So that's each individual page when the allow each content item to have its layout customized checkbox is turned on for that content type. I'll show you what that means in a second. Okay, so location number one was on the content type itself, and location number two is on each node. Location number three is it can be in tables that back the component. So Drupal has something called the field API. And in blocks that you make, you're actually allowed to add fields to them so that you can store data. Well, each field gets its own table in the database. And then when the block is rendered, whether it's in the regular block layout system or inside of Layout Builder, Drupal then goes and fetches the latest versions of all the values in those fields. Okay, so location number three is in tables that back the component. So here's a little bit more detail. Location number one on the Layout Builder template, you can see on the right-hand side, the tab called Manage Display. We're looking at the tab for the landing page content type. And you can see right there at the bottom that the Use Layout Builder checkbox is enabled. And when that checkbox is enabled, then the configuration is stored on the content type template and will apply to all nodes. All right, so that's a graphical representation of that. Okay, now location number two is on each page, and for that to work, you need to have that checkbox turned on. And then the configuration is stored on each node. And that's the graphical representation of that. That, because it's stored on each node, that means that you can make variations between nodes. Otherwise, AKA variations between pages. And then the third location is in external tables. So you can see on the right-hand side, there's some component that's the name of the field. Sorry, that's the name of the table. And then you've got a block ID and you've got a video URL. The video URL is actually stored on the database in its own table. Okay, so how does Layout Builder Kit store configuration? It's got three choices. Which ones does it use? Layout Builder Kit uses the first two locations. It stores configuration on the content type layout or on each page. It does not store the configuration on external tables. Why? This makes sure revisioning works because the configuration is stored with the node. When a new page revision is stored, the state of all the components is stored with it. And if revisioning works, then that means workflow and workspaces will work. Why is this important? Where configuration is stored is really important, and you can easily break core Drupal features like workflow and like workspaces if you don't watch what you're doing. For really, really simple components, you could probably get away with things, but people often don't stick with very simple components. So we get away from the whole issue by keeping all of the configuration on the content type layout or on the page layout. We don't put any in tables behind the scenes. There's a lot more to that, and if you're interested in more details, you can watch my DrupalCon 2020 presentation when it's posted. We don't know when we're going to actually have DrupalCon yet. We know that it's not going to happen in May, but eventually it will happen. And the title you want to look for is Layout Builder Components Can Break Your Site. Here's how. And in it, I go into great depth for people who are making components or for site builders to understand how not to break your site. All right, so introducing the components. The components we have so far are book navigation, icon text, image, render, rich text, tab, video, and now we're going to do a demo. Okay, we're not going to show all of them. Let me see if I get my mouse back. Okay, that should start. All right, so first things first, notice that we're looking at the layout tab of a specific node. Okay, let's keep on going. How do I know it's the specific node? Because I'm being given a message right there that's warning me. The message says, you are editing the layout for this LBK example content item. Edit the template for all LBK example content items instead. In this case, the content item happens to be a page. And it's basically saying, by saying edit the template for all of them, I've been calling it the content type template. So we're editing a layout for a specific node here, and we are told by Drupal via that message, or warned. Okay, so I've cleaned things up a bit. It's real simple. I've got a section on the top, okay, and I can add a block, and I can add another section underneath. So we're going to go ahead and add a block. I'm going to filter because that's a big list. So I typed in LBK, it automatically filters. And there are our components. I go pick one. All right, so first, there's a title up top. That's common, that's provided by LBK base component. Same with that checkbox. Then for this component, you can pick the title position. And I'm now about to upload an image. I can pick an image style. So that is read dynamically from the image style. So you can create as many as you want and they will show up there. And then this component also allows you to do overlay, text overlays, and you can change the position, but we're going to keep it simple. And there you go. There's my bio suit. All right, next component. Doing the render component. Okay, again, the title and the checkbox. Right now, the only type that it knows how to render is a node. And so I just start typing in the title, and you can see there's one there called On Computer Languages. That's part of the demo module. And then you can specify the view mode. And once again, this is dynamic. So if you create different view modes for a particular node, it will read them and place them there. Very, very handy to be able to drop a node on a layout and specify the view mode. Oh, and by the way, there's the CSS class that you can add, and it will get embedded in the component for you. And those fields, CSS class fields, are at the bottom of every component configuration form. And ta-da, that's actually a complete rendered node. If it were a teaser and I had specified, sorry, if I had specified the teaser view mode, then I would just see the teaser view mode. And if I had customized it in any way, then it would be customized. That's not actually, that functionality is not built into Layout Builder. So you do need this component if you want to do something like that. Okay, I think this is, might be the second last one. I wonder how many more I do. Okay, some rich text. We've tried adding a few other pieces of functionality to that toolbar where you see the bold and italics and the image, and most everything we've tried has worked. If something doesn't work and you've tried adding it to the toolbar, drop a note in the issue queue and we'll take a look. Okay, so the tab can show two kinds of content. One of them is rich text, and that's actually a bug. I'm going to change that so that it chooses basic HTML by default so that the user doesn't have to do that. Or you can add a block. I'm going to just show you two tabs of rich text for today. Okay, now you're in edit mode, so you can't actually click on that second tab, but at the end I'll show you that it does work. Finally, we're going to just show the video component. The video component can display video from either YouTube or Vimeo. I'm currently going to get a YouTube URL, and now I'm pasting it. Now this is important to understand. So this is going to be a hard-coded video URL. It's about to get pasted in here in this movie. If I chose the second radio button, video fields available, and then I clicked on this drop down here, that will show you a list of fields that could contain video files, and then you can select one of them. And then that component will display whatever the content is of that video field if it's readable. So it'll do its best to parse it to see if it's a YouTube or a Vimeo field, and then it will render it. So let's keep on going. And there we go. Can you tell I'm dreaming of a 49-inch ultra wide? And we save the layout. And if you scroll down, I'll show you that the tab now works. And boom, there's tab 2. Okay, let's keep on going. All right, so what I didn't show you was book navigation. It's a more interesting way to navigate pages that are made by the core book module, because the built-in navigation for book is serviceable, but I wanted something that was a little prettier, something like what you see on the right. And it's got a table of contents URL, because at the top you may not have noticed it was a little too quick. There's a link that says go back to the table of contents. So at any time you can always go back to the table of contents, but you can just place this on any page and it will figure out where it is in the hierarchy and display an appropriate navigation. Okay, and again, notice the fields comment all components. You've got the title and you've got the CSS classes. Okay, the next one is icon text. It shows an image with a title and some rich text. Now the image can be on the left and the right, and then depending on how you set up your CSS, that could be top or bottom. Okay, so there's where you upload your image. You specify where the image is going to be, left or right. And that changes the classes behind the scenes, so that themers will have a different class and they can take appropriate theming action depending on whether they're told it's left or right. The alignment, by the way, goes with the text. I'm not going to demo that right now, but it can be left-centered or right. And there is the link URL, which will appear which will make the icon clickable or the title clickable. And there's the rich text. Okay, next is image. Currently you have to upload an image, but an upgrade that we have in mind is to be able to use a media object. Okay, so here's the configuration. Does the title go on top of the image or on the bottom? That's where you upload. You can specify an image style, like I showed earlier. And again, some overlay text. Here's the render component. That's the same node that I showed you earlier in the movie. You render a specific node with a specific view mode. So all of that in the red happens to be a fully rendered book node. It happens to be node ID number 1 from the demo module. And I told it display full content view mode. Okay, here's the configuration. You specify the type of render. Right now it's currently just nodes, but we put that in there for future expandability. Then you type in the title of the node with autocomplete, and you specify the view mode. Okay, and rich text. This one's pretty simple. There's a title and then rich text underneath. Okay, here's tab. It's rich text or a block. Here's the configuration. You can add as many tabs as you wish. And then if you have no tabs, that's the text that it will display. Okay, here's video. And I already described how you can have either hard-coded or it can read from a field. Now, you can, if you have a field already there in your content type, which you're showing, then you can just drop the field on the layout builder and it will render. But it's not necessarily easy for you to theme it. So what this gives you the ability to do is to do pretty much the same thing that's built in with the additional functionality that if you want your own template to theme it, then you can. Okay, so there are a lot more components to make. If you take a look out there at other component systems or design page builder systems, whether they're in WordPress or in Drupal, you will find 100 different components. Here are some of them. Easily 25 more. I should have said 100 more there. Now, we made 7 because we're eating our own dog food for other projects, and these are the 7 that we've needed so far. But I mean, we could easily add more as we do more projects. But if you are so inclined and you think you have a really interesting component that you want other people to be able to use, please write a note in the issue queue with your proposal. Let's talk about it and let's get it in there. I do want to spend just a moment because a lot of people aren't aware how much work is being done in Layout Builder. There's an entire ecosystem of new modules, and before you start a new project, really sit down and take a look at each one of them. So there's Layout Builder Asset that adds the ability to add CSS classes to any component. Now we have that built in, but I'm mentioning this because you may have other components that don't have that built in. Layout Builder Asymmetric Translation. Translation is not built into Layout Builder in the 8.8 version. probably won't be built into the 8.9 version. In fact, it's probably going to wait till 9.1, Drupal 9.1. That one it was just too much work to get that in, so the work got put into contributed modules. So if you want pages that are in different translations, you're going to need that module or another one that's about to come up. Layout Builder Browser. Take a look at different components that you can render on the page. Layout Library. Lots of different lots of different layouts you can store in your own personal library. And then I think you can even decide which users have access to that library. Layout Builder Modal. What I showed you for those configuration forms were really skinny and kind of a little cramped. You can use the Layout Builder Modal module to move that whole configuration into its own dialog in the middle of the page, and then therefore it gets lots of room. It's much nicer. Layout Builder Restrictions, that's a way to hide certain components from certain users or user roles, because often you don't want people to be able to add any component available in the system. You want to provide a specific narrow list. Block Blacklist does the same thing, but it's global. It's not just in Layout Builder. It will work on even the block structure part of Drupal. Layout Builder Styles. This is probably going to be included on every one of my builds because it is a way to add a style to a section on a layout. Very handy. Dynamic layouts. I'm not going to get too much into that. You should look into it. Entity Browser Block. Mini layouts. That's like mini panels for people who use the panel module. So in other words, you can put components inside of components. Sometimes some layouts are very much made easier if you can do that. And then Layout Builder Everywhere is the ability to actually use Layout Builder for regions other than the main content area. So right now, Layout Builder only works for the main content area. It doesn't work for the header and the footer, for instance. Layout Builder Everywhere, its goal is to actually allow you to have the entire page usable with layouts. Okay, so here's the sister module to Layout Builder Asymmetric Translation called Layout Builder Symmetric Translations. I won't get into it, but you'll have to pick one or the other depending on the kind of translation you want to use. All right, so take note. It's not yet possible to export and import layouts. However, work is ongoing and it's really darn close. So if you go to that issue, it's a good chance it's even going to be in 8.9. Then you'll be able to export a node even with its layouts. Because right now, if you export a node, it will only export the value of the fields. It will not export the layout. Okay, Layout Builder Everywhere, we just talked about that. And then there's also a patch to bring Layout Builder into Page Manager. So for those of you who used panels, Page Manager was a part of panels, and now it's been separated in Drupal 8. It's its own module. It's probably the part that you think of when you think of panels. In any case, you can now, or soon, because the patch is pretty close to being ready, you will be able to actually use Layout Builder inside of Page Manager variants. So this is kind of the holy grail. We have been working on this, if you think about it as a community, for 5 years to get to the point where you've got a very flexible, powerful layout building system that can be used inside of Page Manager, and we're almost there. So close, probably within the next 6 months for sure. Okay, so here's some resources. If you'd like to learn more about the Layout Builder ecosystem in depth, I gave a presentation at BADCamp last year, so that's the URL for that. And that URL is a page on Drupal.org that describes some of the additional modules. I didn't include all of them in that slide. There are many more. Definitely do yourself a favor before you start a project using Layout Builder. Take a day and just go through each one of those and make sure you know what they all do, because I assure you some of them will save you a lot of time and effort. Okay, so I had mentioned at the beginning that there are other systems that you want to investigate, and you may want to investigate them because you want an easier way to make pages for your own project, or you may want to investigate them because you want to make a component for Layout Builder and you want to see how somebody else does it. So some of the other systems are Glaze Builder. I think that's a fee-based system. And then Acquia Cohesion. Cohesion was an independent company, and then Acquia purchased them maybe, well, I don't know, sometime in 2019, I'm going to say. Now, as far as I can tell, both of these took exactly the approach that we took by storing the configuration on the pages rather than in tables. And they probably made that design decision for exactly the same reason we made that design decision, because you maintain all the features of Drupal that it's known for, like workflow and now soon workspaces and revisioning, page revisioning, being able to go back in time and pull up a page from a certain date and time, all that stuff, you can still do that using that storage mechanism. It gets much harder or is impossible if you store configuration in tables. There's also Elementor, which I don't know anything about, but apparently it's relatively popular in WordPress. And Project Gutenberg has also been ported from WordPress to Drupal. Okay, so I'm going to give you a live tour of the Layout Builder code base. Okay, so we're not going to actually do too much here. I'm just going to show you around a little bit. So this is PHP Storm. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so let's go take a look here. Oops. So I have asked Composer to install the project using the normal way, and it is just located under the contrib folder, just like any other project. It has a config folder inside. So there are some configuration files that get imported upon first installation. And there's some schema changes that need to be made. There's a demo module. The demo module, unfortunately, is in process, but isn't really working yet because we're waiting for that patch. When that patch allows us to save and load nodes, then we'll be able to give you a demo. But right now, what's happening is we store using a module called default content. We store the content of the nodes by global user ID, the GUID, like this. And at the very bottom, you should be seeing layout and you don't. So they don't work. Anyway, so when that patch lands, we will put more effort into the demo and it will be great. Okay, then you've got regular main files, like here's your info file. We are ready for Drupal 9 in terms of our code base. There are no deprecated APIs. We're ready from that perspective, but we do depend on a couple modules that have not yet been upgraded. So when those dependencies are made compatible with Drupal 9, we will be compatible with Drupal 9. So I can't say that we're going to be compatible on day one because we're dependent on other components. Sorry, other modules. All right, let's see, what else am I going to show you here? I am going to keep it actually quite simple. So these are the normal files inside of a module. But if you want to make your own component, it's super easy. Just go into source, plugin, block, pick a component that's closest to the one that you're making, duplicate the whole darn folder, change the name of the folder, change the name of each of these files, and then go inside of here, which is the main logic file, and change the, let's see, the component, the configuration form. You're gonna have to design a little configuration form for it. You're gonna have to save the configuration, and then you're gonna have to be able to render your component however you want, whatever makes sense for your component. It all lives inside of this build. Okay. And if you want something on the parent, you want some sort of functionality on the parent, you will find all of its functionality here. Let's do a Apple 7 to show you. That's actually quite a bit more than I wanted to show you. Nope, let's not do that. Okay. And we have documentation. If we go to here, and you go to here, here's the documentation. Known issues are listed here, and then there's some more developer documentation down there. All right, let's see if there's any more presentation to go. I don't think so. I think we're now at Q&A. Okay, so does anyone have any questions, or was that pretty good for answering all the questions that came up?
I think everybody's able to unmute themselves if they had a question, or there's a chat window.
It's a pretty simple module, so I wouldn't be surprised if people got it from the get-go. All right, Claire, I think that we can say that there are no questions. If anyone does have any questions, you can reach me on Slack or probably on Twitter. And then are we posting the actual slides, Claire, to the pages at some point?
Yeah, so if you, I think since it's your session, you can add them. You can add links to them. But if not, you can always send them. I'm trying to think of how we would do that. If you send me a link, I could also do that for you.
Okay, I'm happy to do it. I just wanted to know if that was something that we were all doing. Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
I can
definitely
put that out as a PDF, and then people can read it if they want, or they can more easily copy and paste the URLs and whatnot.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, then I guess that's it. Thanks everyone for attending the last session of the day. I have a feeling that there's some sort of happy hour going on.
There is. There's a link on the website if you want to join us for happy hour.
Okay, great. All right, everyone, thanks for your time and attention today. And if you have an opportunity to use Layout Builder, have fun with it and good luck.
Jeff, do you have a question? Sorry.
Oh, I just saw a hand go up. Jeff, you're on mute, and I think you may have to unmute yourself. I'm not sure. I'll try.
If not, I think I can.
How's that?
I clicked unmute and it didn't work. There we go.
Okay, sorry. You said you're close to finishing this demo thing. Really, how close are you? Are you really 6 months out, or less than 6 months, or can you really justify or determine that at this point?
Well, the actual module is being used. It's already on 32 projects, so it's fine. You can start using it. We're not going to make significant changes to the underlying way we store things. So even as we make upgrades, they'll be backward compatible with whatever you've done. What we're waiting for is the demo module. That's distinct, okay? The demo module, unfortunately, if you want to learn how to use this, you have to watch this video or show your coworkers this video. Or play with it yourself because it's easy to install. It's just that we can't get the demo module finished until that patch goes in.
And how stable is it? Can you answer that at this point, or is that too much?
No, it's been very stable. We've gotten actually no reports back of any instability, and we're using it on our own projects, and we have not found it unstable. And I think part of that is because it's kind of a clean, simple design. It stores the configuration as a serialized string. It doesn't, it's efficient, so it doesn't have to go down to the database and pull values out of tables just to draw itself, because it's stored actually on the page. So I'm expecting it to be very efficient. This is the system that we started using over at the Tesla build. So I was the lead developer over at Tesla. And if you take a look at the tesla.com website, that has something like about 30 different components on it. So we had no problem with the stability of this mechanism. We weren't using exactly these components because the Tesla components were actually much more complicated. But I don't expect there will be any problem with stability.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, and very good presentation. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, then I think if there are no other hands, this really and truly is the end of our presentation. All right, everyone, have a great day. We might see you online on certain sessions tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Andre.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you, Claire, for being our moderator.
Sure.